right? That's the intention of Esau. It all goes into depopulation. This isn't an accident. This isn't some, they brought out some batches of the pot shot and there just happened to be a few errors in it. No, this is all intentional. This is Esau coming down with great wrath as pertaining to Revelation 12 and verse 12, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time. If you've got a precept.
Yeah, I got one. 1 Peter 2 and 2 says, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. Yeah, man. The babe wants his breast, he wants the breast in it. When the baby come out, he wants the breast, man. You know? I'm saying it like I'm a Benjamin, but it's just the facts, man, you know, because he knows that thing is gonna, you know, it's a natural thing. Let me say it like that. It's a natural desire for the babe to grab hold of the breast, because it wants to survive. It's going to be nourished and grow, and it's going to grow physically, but spiritually with us, you know, we keep grabbing that, you know, that breast there. Anytime we get a chance, we grab it, man. Watching the video, you know what I mean? Watch the videos, reading the precepts, going through the precepts, coming to camp. We're grabbing the breast and we're getting fed built up spiritually. Yeah.
And the baby knows instinctively that that breast is its lifeline.
Right.
Because if the baby was to be separated from the mother, the baby can't feed itself, the baby can't survive. The baby knows that it's got to cling on to the mother for dear life. And that's how we've got to be with this truth and this word, man. We can't be flipping half-stepping in this thing. Yeah, I believe, but I think, going back to the whole I think thing, no, I think don't come into it, man. When you judge, you're supposed to judge with righteous judgment. The things that were written aforetime are written for our learning. Just like the brother was talking about role models and great men, those things are written for our learning. So when we come to a situation now, we can say, hang on a minute. But didn't like Samson go through that, like when he was dealing with Delilah, or didn't King David go through that when Absalom was seeking his life, or you know, we can look to these great men. Didn't Elijah go through that when Jezebel was seeking his life? You know, we can look to these great men and we can see those great examples of how in fact we are supposed to conduct ourselves in this world, because the scriptures is a lamp and a light. Let me get that.
And if I could just add, you was talking about the little youth them, right?
Yeah.
I've been noticing, first they were showing on the news I've been watching, right? The ABC News and whatever them other ones are, right? CNN and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it was showing a little youth them.
Yeah, getting the juke, yeah?
Getting the juke, and I noticed it was pure Edomites they were showing, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, what? Now, I've got a theory, but I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to come to the theory. And now they're showing, it's predominantly Jakes they're showing, and northern tribes getting it now. But what I'm thinking, because I know that it's happened before, they could be giving, like they're saying it's only 10% they're giving to the children, right? But I'm thinking they're giving like more than 10% to the Jakes.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Incentivizing them.
Huh?
To incentivize them.
I'm pretty sure they're giving more, more of the venom to the Jakes, the northern tribe, more of that.
Yeah.
Because if you was dealing with your own children, why would you give your own children the same dose?
Yeah.
You would be looking out for your own children. Yeah. You know?
That's actually a very valid point, because they've proven that different areas in America are getting different dosages of the shot. So like some people in certain areas are getting more sick than others. So what they're saying is some of the placebos are going to some areas. Okay. Like there's also the video that was on the group chat, I'm not sure if you saw it, but there was a Jake woman who said she booked her appointment to get the shot, but she done it over the phone. When she got to the clinic, they're like, okay, you're ready for your shot, right? She's sitting down in the chair, and the doctor says, oh, so you're this person? She says, yeah. And they had the vial in their hands. Oh, I can't give this to you. And she's like, but why? Oh, because we just can't give it to you. So what that woman discerned is that they didn't give it to her because she was a Jake. See what I'm saying? So they're giving the more potent shot to us to try and kill us off, but they're giving some of the placebos, the ones that are so effective,
to their own people. Yeah.
So that's what's going on.
Malcolm, if I could just say, because I remember years ago when I became aware of all this jab and all that, and the little mini sword, right? Yeah. Farrakhan, I used to listen to him bits and pieces, I used to pick up things from him, and he was saying that when it was was it the flu? No, that time it was the one of those. It was one of those.
Swine flu.
One of those one of those jabs anyway, right? Either swine or it's a pigeon one or one of the bird ones, and you know there's a lot of them, right? And he said, and they said he was speaking to the Amalekites because you know he's got a thing going on with them, a love and hate relationship with them, and he was saying, so we can give you this, right? And you might have some after effects. And he said, and then he asked a question. He said, because you know that we've got different types. He said, we give this to our own people.
Yeah.
He said, what? And he said, yeah, we give this one to our own people, but this is what we. He said, no, I want the ones that you give to the Amalekites, please, if you don't mind, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how I think it's going down.
Exactly. And you've got to remember, right? What is Psalms 83? Psalm 83 says they're conspired to take Israel's name out of remembrance. So we're his number one target, man. That's why they're always talking about we need to reach out to the poorer communities, the most vulnerable. We need to reach out to the minorities, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they always try to say. Like when Dr. Fauci came out, I don't call him Dr. Fauci, but that demon Fauci, right? When he came out, he says, oh, but yeah, and it was a black woman who made it. Remember he come out saying that? Yeah,
I remember.
So you should all feel safe to get. I mean, that made more alarm bells ring in my head. Because I'm like, why you think we're stupid, man?
Yeah.
You think we were born yesterday? And that's why a lot of people who I'm seeing getting sick on these videos, it's predominantly Edomites who are getting sick.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
That's right.
Because they're getting a taste of their own fucking medicine, man.
Literally.
Yeah, right, that's right. Because they intended to wipe us out.
Yeah.
Is that a brother coming over there? Yes.
Yeah, that looks like a brother, yeah.
They intended to wipe us out, but guess what? The Most High flipped the script onto them.
Yeah.
So it's just like when we was in ancient Egypt, and the Pharaoh said, look, man, they didn't regard Joseph, so he said, look, these people, they'll become mightier and stronger than we, so let us deal wisely with them.
Yeah.
And they said to their midwives, if an Israelite baby be born, if it's a male child, you're supposed to kill it, but let the female children live. Shalom, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Good to see you, man. Yeah. I'm alright. So yeah, they said, let us deal wisely with them. So they sought to slay the male children, but leave the females alive. And what ended up happening? They did that stuff here. They got away with it for a while. But guess what? When the judgment came, the Most High flipped the script on them. So all the firstborn male children of the Egyptians were put to death. Now that again proves that the Most High don't give a fuck how old you are, man. Judgment is judgment. So you've got to get out of your emotions, because as I was saying, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, the children. But no. Look, man, wicked people can be of any age. And we come back here to pay out our judgment. So once you get into that mindset and you stop leaning on, oh, I think and I feel, no, man, we stop dealing with that stuff. It's what Yahawah wants. It's his will. It's his way or it's the highway. And guess what, man? Even if you was up in your emotions and you felt some way about it, it ain't going to change anything, because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. So his word's got to accomplish the thing which he said it would. So these people that have got to die, as I said in Psalms 91, 1,000 shall fall on thy right hand and 10,000 on their left. Oh, but it's only going to be grown up adults, free-grown adults. No, it's going to be all ages, man. Now there's another thing as well. Another piece that just jumped into my head and jumped out. No, I'll skip over that because it's jumped out of my head. But back to the point. So we're going to see great death, and it's going to be righteous judgment. So don't, it's better to settle it in your mind now. Gird up thy loins like a man, and prepare your mind for the things that are going to come on the earth. Jumping in the review. So let me go back to Wisdom of Solomon 4 for the moment. Because it's actually good to get this frame of mind now. And this is something that I was meditating on this week, because, like, as I said before, if I was like in my early 20s, well, not my early 20s, but my late teens, before I had any concept of this truth, I would be very emotional, thinking, oh, it's so bad, man. So bad, how could the Lord do that? That's a little kid, man. Oh, yeah. Make sure you can see his face.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
I'm not too dark. No, just for the sake of the camera, I don't know if you see that.
I can see. I can see both of you.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Settle it in your hearts now, man. Gird up my loins like a man and prepare yourself for because there's nobody who's going to perish that the Most High hasn't sanctioned to perish. So whatever the Most High's judgment is, we've got to be with it, man. As I said back in the Lord's Prayer, thy will be done, man. And once you put your mind into that state, things really fall into place. You don't waste your emotions on people that don't deserve it. And that sounds really meaningful, but I'm just being real, man, because we're coming into a time where we're scarcely going to be saved. We're scarcely going to be saved. So it's like the Most High is going to open up all kind of fury on this place, man. And the fury like the world has never seen. And we can't even comprehend, man. When the prophets like Ezra saw these visions, they said they felt sick. You know, Daniel, when he saw his visions, he said he felt sick, man. Imagine